Good morning, Trump's family. Welcome back to my channel. Have a good day, everyone, and God bless you. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the news this Thursday morning. And I talked about this during the midterm elections. And before the midterm elections, the problem that was happening in Alaska, the ranked choice voting system that they have in place there, which would favor Democrats, and that red state where a Republican has held the House seat there in Alaska for over 50 years, and all of a sudden, a Democrat was able to win that seat. Well, it was because of the ranked choice voting, which the Southern there Lisa Murkowski, and some of the other Democrats worked together in order to ensure that she could keep her seat in exchange of giving the others the House seat, of course, to a Democrat, because that's how it would happen. Well, we got some great news on that front. It looks like the Republican Party Grassroots is petitioning the lieutenant governor in that state to sign off on eliminating the ranked choice voting from taking place in that state and further future elections. And that's a good thing. Because ranked choice voting is very destructive to states because it gives Democrats and in places like where it's heavy Republican, in a chance to win an election, and that's because the main vote getter, so you have candidate A and candidate B, well, if candidate A doesn't receive enough votes or they tie, they look and see who their second choice was. A lot of times that second choice would be the Democrat, and that bam, they have now the advantage. It's a very system that is not a very good use. It's only put in place in order to give Democrats a chance in deep red Republican areas, and in Republicans who are looking to instill these systems as not doing you any favors by electing individuals who have no business in representing your value set or what you need done in your area. So let's go and take a look. What we have here. Coming to us from the Gateway Pundit and says great news. Alaska Lieutenant Governor Dole Storm certifies application to read the state of ranked choice voting that gave the congressional seat for Democrats, their Democrat Representative Mary Plett, Toro, or Peltola, any whatever, won a re-election in a full term to the House after she defeated Sarah Palin, who is like a staple in Alaska, and a special election to replace Don Young in August. The Democrat was the first Democrat to win the House seat in a solid red Alaska in 50 years. Ranked choice voting and mail-in ballots were implemented in 2020. The winner was announced in late November, Alaska, as the 6040 Republican state. McConnell, who endorsed Murkowski, supported the ranked choice voting in the state. In fact, Murkowski endorsed far-left pull-up hello to over Palin. This is how Democrats take seats and Republicans let them, according to the alaskapublic.org, reported. Alaska Governor, Lieutenant Governor Nancy Del Storm has certified an application for a petition that, if successful, would get rid of the state's ranked choice voting system, and nonpartisan primary sponsor R.T. Mathis wants to go back to the traditional election where a candidate from each official recognized party has a spot on the general election ballot in each race. He said the new system forced candidates to hold their tongues to avoid wrinkling their supporters of opponents. You got to be nice to them and they won't rank you second, they won't rank you third. Masters said if you do anything or disagreement with any other people and their views, they're not going to like you and they're in there. People aren't going to rank you second or third, and shuts down all free expression. At the same time, Masters blames the new election system for making Alaska politics meaner. It was a primary season that lasted an entire election cycle. He said, just dirty nastiness the entire time and no honest exchange of ideas. Alaska voters adopted the new voting system in 2020 and use it for the first time in 2022. And we saw the results of that. So good on Alaska, and moving in the right direction and possibly eliminating this ranked choice voting from future elections. So we'll continue to keep our eye on it. This is definitely moving in the right direction. And if you live in a state that has ranked choice voting, look toward the grassroots. See where you can be effective in repealing something that is so destructive for your area. And then, some significant news, Germany has led the front in announcing that they will provide Leopard to battle tanks to the country of Ukraine. Ukraine's foreign minister, COO Leva stated. So the taint coalition is formed. Everyone who doubted this could ever happen sees now for Ukraine and partners impossible as nothing. I call on all new partners that have Leopard to tanks in service to join the coalition and provide as many of them as possible. They are free now. So basically, he's saying, listen, follow the lead of Germany and get us these battle tanks. The United States likely allowed Germany to make the announcement first in order to take blame from Putin off of the United States. These new donations come after Ukrainian President Zelensky warned that they have intel that the Russian Federation Army is about to increase their aggression against Ukraine. Now, in some breaking news, Russia's ambassador to Germany has just condemned the approval of tanks, calling it an extremely dangerous escalation towards war. He stated it destroys the remnant of mutual trust, bringing irreparable damage to an already poor Russian-German relations, and casts doubt on the possibility of their normalization in the foreseeable future. Germany actually fought Russia during World War II, so their relationship is already tenuous, and not the strongest at this announcement. Now, with both sides adding more fuel to the fire, I believe things are about to get much more serious. We may even see Putin ordering a cut to Germany and Germany's allies with cheap energy as a way of punishing them for escalating the war. Now it appears I was right because Germany's foreign minister Annalena Baerbock has just accidentally declared war on Russia publicly. The media is going crazy about this. Now, during the debate in the Council of Europe, she stated, "Yes, we have to do more to defend Ukraine. Yes, we have to do more also on tanks. But the most important and crucial part is that we do it together. And that we don't do the blame game in Europe, because we are fighting a war against Russia and not against each other. We are fighting a war against Russia," she said in front of cameras. Now, immediately after this, Russia's foreign ministry released a statement saying we're talking about a war against Russia. That was planned in advance. Don't say later that we didn't warn you. So basically, Russia is saying, we noticed that you said that you were at war with Russia. And we're going to decide how to react to that. But we've warned you, Germany, about getting involved. Now it couldn't get any more tense. President Biden just made it official. The United States and the U.S. Pentagon will also be sending tanks to Ukraine. President Biden stated today, "I'm announcing that the United States will be sending 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine, the equivalent of one Ukrainian battalion. This is roughly about $400 million worth of tank equipment." He followed the statement up with a disclaimer. He claimed that the new tanks were solely to help Ukraine defend itself and not as an offensive threat to Russia. So he was being very, very cautious not to say to help us at war with Russia, like Germany said, right? And so it's unknown if Biden will push back against the comments from the German foreign minister. But he better do so quickly, because as of right now, Russia is contemplating whether to accept this as an official declaration of war between Germany and Russia. Now Putin already believes he's at war with NATO and NATO nations, but if he believes that the country and the military of Germany has officially declared war, well, then now this is now a multi-country war that could lead us right into World War III. So this is a big flub, a big mistake. Hopefully they walk it back. But right now, Russia is going to have to decide whether this is an official declaration of war. Elon Musk has announced that Tesla will be expanding its Nevada plant. The company will hire 3,000 new employees and will invest $3.6 billion into the project, which turns out enough batteries for 1.5 million light-duty vehicles per year. So basically, they see the need for batteries in the future and they are ramping up production like crazy. Now, despite breaking a record for being the single biggest loser when it comes to money, it appears that Elon Musk is not giving up and he's started his comeback. Since then, Tesla has had a decent rebound in the stock market. And Twitter also appears to be making progress. Now, do you think that Elon Musk will ever regain the title of richest person in the world? Let me know your thoughts down below. I have a family here, might. The major stock indexes were all neutral today, with gold and silver being up. However, many individual stocks and crypto were up today, despite the indexes being down and then making their way back to neutral by end of trading. Now, just yesterday, former Vice President Mike Pence claimed that he unknowingly had classified documents in his possession. They were so quick to pack up his office after January 6 that it appears documents were included. Former President Donald Trump has now jumped into his defense after he received criticism for being in possession of classified documents. Trump stated Mike Pence is an innocent man. He never did anything unknowingly dishonest in his life, leave him alone. Now, I wish I could say that the other vice president caught with documents was getting support from his past president. But former President Obama remains silent about why Joe Biden has classified top-secret documents. And just today, Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia said Biden having classified documents is unacceptable. Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois said, "I can't understand why Biden would be in possession of these documents." And Mark Kelly said Biden and others should not have classified documents at their house ever. Now something isn't right in the United Kingdom, and doctors and medical authorities are calling for an emergency investigation. Over 3,000 people more per week are dying in the United Kingdom. This is a huge deal. Many of them younger and healthier people. Unlike during COVID, when it was older people or heavy people or people with multiple comorbidities or health issues, the United Kingdom is seeing a massive spike in sudden deaths and can't figure out what is the cause. Deaths are 14 to 21% higher per week, depending on the week. And according to new data, ambulance calls are through the roof. So basically, ambulances can't keep up. The funeral homes are struggling. They're trying to figure out why our deaths up so high on a weekly basis in the United Kingdom. I don't know what it could be. I really don't. Right. Now it does make you wonder, is this just happening in the United Kingdom? Is this happening right here in the United States? I sure hope that they will do an honest, deep dive on what's really causing this, because it seems weird to have all these people suddenly start dying. Especially what now that we're past the pandemic, right? All right, now in some positive medical news, Amazon has launched its own generic medication program, where you can get over 80 common medications for around $5. This ranges from antidepressants to generic Viagra. Now, isn't it funny that the government, despite having access to trillions of dollars, and people being in office for decades, can't seem to get the price of medication down? And yet capitalism through entrepreneurs step in, and what did they do? They lowered the price of common drugs for the American people. I mean, brilliant, right? Yay to entrepreneurs and boo to government leaders. Anyway, go ahead and check it out. Also, billionaire Mark Cuban has his prescription drug company, helping people, especially seniors, save lots of money on medication. Republican Senator Josh Hawley has just introduced a new bill entitled the Pelosi Act. This new bill aims at stopping insider trading by government officials that have access to inside information because of the committees that they were sat on. The bill would make personal investing illegal if you hold public office, which means that you would have to put your fortune into a blind trust and have that invested on your behalf. No using any of the insider information you're privileged to have and decide on as a way of making money. Oh hey, honey, go buy Google. We're about to give them a $50 billion DoD contract. But I'm sure none of that was happening right now. It's being called the Pelosi Act, because the Pelosi family has gained a net worth of well over $100 million while having access to insider trading information because of government contracts for over 40 years. Now, we'll see if this can actually get past the House and the Senate, because the very people voting on this are becoming millionaires because of this. And it wouldn't shock me if some of them are like, wow, how do I get me some of that Nancy Pelosi money? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Of course, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course possibly subscribe if you're up for it. I'm gonna get back to work. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.